Good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, June 5th, 2024, and I'm back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's early in the morning. So here's your morning drive. Now thank y'all for tuning in. And if you're up early this morning, you made it. So I was scrolling through Facebook, right? And hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. So I was scrolling through Facebook, right? Then I saw this Facebook friend of mine. I forgot her name. I ain't gonna say her name on here no way, but anyway. So she made a post. Hold on. So I was as I said, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw this post, right? And it was a young lady, and she, on the top, it said she was feeling sad. So I read the post, and it says, I probably would never find a man like my daddy. They don't make them like that no more. She said, I will probably never, there ain't no probably in it. You never will. But anyway, for the sake of the topic, she said, I probably would never find a man like my daddy. They don't make them like that no more. And you're right. You ain't gonna find one like your daddy. And you're not supposed to. The relationship that a father has with his daughter is different than the relationship that a man or a husband has with his woman. Two totally different things. The relationship your father had with you, the way he treated you, that ain't mean he was the same way with his woman. His daughter love is different from his woman love. You don't know that your daddy was a great man to his women. All you know, he was a great father. But the man you are dating cannot treat you like your father treats you. I'm gonna tell you a few reasons why. In a relationship, each person has expectations of the other person, of what they expect that person to do for them. Each person is supposed to do something for the other person. Now, if you got a man, your man gonna want something in return for what he do for you. That's natural. And the same in return, you gonna want something in return for what you do for him. Your father, on the other hand, his love is unconditional. Whatever he do for you, he don't want nothing in return. He don't expect nothing out of you. You're not his woman. It's a totally different dynamic. So if you run around here looking for a man to compare to your father, you're gonna always be single. And I read through her bio, right? And it says, it's all about me. The first red flag and the sign of a daddy's girl is all about me. See, daddies have a tendency of spoiling their daughters, the daughters that had a father. The father normally spoils the girl and be hard on the boy. And it's vice versa with the woman and her son. But the daddy and the daughter, he pretty much spoils his. Normally now, so you got a dad that don't give a damn. But overall, the overwhelming consensus is fathers normally spoil their daughters, pamper their daughters. Daddy's little girl, daddy's princess, so forth and so on. You're not gonna get that from your husband, and you're not supposed to. because your husband got expectations from you that your father don't, which is natural. That's two totally different dynamics. Now you say they don't make him like your father no more. How do you know? All you know is how your father was towards you. And I don't know if him and your mother was together. Like I said, I'm talking to her, but she ain't really asked me no question. I'm just going over her post that she made. So she didn't ask me no question. I'm just giving my point of view on it because I thought that was kind of something I wanted to touch on. Put it that way. You only know your father as a father. You don't know if they make men like your father because you don't know what kind of man your father was all his life. If he was with your mother, you might have saw him be good to your mother, then you might have not. I don't know your dynamic. He might have been bad to your mother, but good to you. He might have been an excellent father, horrible husband, horrible boyfriend. It happens. It happens. You have men that may have cheated on your mother or their kid's mother, but are excellent fathers. So to that daughter, she might say, I wish all men were like my father, not knowing her father was the biggest hoe in the city. That's two different dynamics. You don't see him in the same light as a romantic relationship partner that he would see him. So you can't judge your relationship, and that ruins a lot of women, those daddy girls, because they spend the rest of their life trying to find their father. It ruins women in two types of ways. It ruins the women that had a father, that spoiled them, because they're going to be expecting any man that they be with, he got to treat her like her father did. Or it ruins them in a way that the ones that didn't have a father, they spend the rest of their lives trying to find a man to replace their father, to be a father figure. And they end up being abused, going from man to man to man, trying to find their father. So it affects women in two negative ways. That having a father or not having a father can affect them. But we deal with the one, this particular person that had a father. And it sounds like he was a great father. Sounds like daddy's little girl. Because like I said, I read through her bio on her page, it says it's all about me. So she got that mindset because that's what her daddy instilled in her, that it's all about her. Because to him, it was all about her. But to your partner, to your husband or your boyfriend, it ain't gonna be all about you no more. So this particular woman, I looked at a few pictures or whatever, good looking woman, single as hell. Got money, good looking, all that, single. Been single for years. But I guarantee you, she won't take responsibility for her being single because she don't know. She's been probably running men off for years with that princess mentality, that daddy's little girl mentality, expecting men to do her the way her father did, when that is not the other man's responsibility. As in, her father didn't do his women the way he did her. Daughter, wife, a girlfriend, father, husband, a boyfriend. Totally different. So to any woman out here listening to this, that's finding yourself chronically single because you can't find a man like your father, here's a tip for you. Stop looking for him. She said they don't make them like her father no more. They never have. They never have. First of all, your father's one of a kind. I'm one of a kind. You one of a kind. Everybody's one of a kind. They don't make nobody like you no more. God only made one of you. So the only place you're going to find your father is in your father. And you can't marry him. He's the only one. So you probably been spending years of your life wasted away trying to find a man that don't exist, but into just one person, which is your father. And you probably then compared man after man after man, and ran man after man off because they didn't treat you like your father did. They didn't let you be all about you. I've looked through some of her posts and some of her comments and stuff like that, and stuff that she put on Facebook. I can tell she real into herself. And if a man dealing with her, he gonna have to be all into her. It ain't gonna be mutual. She shows off her body, her beauty. That, look at me. She's not in the not in a disrespectful way. She don't be all hoochie mama looking, but it'd be I'm the prize. You lucky to be with me. If I give you some of my time, you blessed. That type mentality. And she single and will be for a very long time, unless she get out of that daddy's little girl mindset, daddy's little princess mindset. And I'm not settling for anyone that don't treat me like my daddy did. Nobody will. Cause that husband of yours, he gonna want something from you. He gonna want something in return for what he's doing for you. Your daddy didn't. Two totally different men. And supposed to be. See, that man might want kids from you. Daddy don't. If he ain't sick. Your husband ain't gonna be just taking care of you, clothing you, feeding you, and you don't do nothing. But just be pretty and cute. Your daddy will. Your daddy will take care of you, feed you, put clothes on your back, roof over your head, buy you your first car, put gas in it, do all that stuff, and you ain't gotta do nothing for your daddy, but just be his daughter. As long as you ain't out here getting in trouble and acting a fool, that's all daddy want. And you made good grades in school, that's it. And you ain't, disrespectful, talking back to daddy gonna be good to you. Whatever you want. If he got it, you getting it. That's daddy. Your husband, you talk to him crazy, disrespectful, don't want to do nothing for him, but he's doing everything for you and you thinking you ain't supposed to do nothing for him because that's how daddy's little girl is. Daddy's little girl think it's all about her because that's how daddy made her feel. It was all about her. That's what daddies do for their little princess. He lets her know it's all about her, but that don't work in the real world. When you're trying to date, trying to have a relationship with a man that ain't your daddy, you're gonna run across problems. Daddies can ruin their daughters in the dating market. Having a daddy ain't always good for a woman when it comes to dating, especially if he ain't teach her the right way. If he ain't tell her the truth. Got her thinking that all men supposed to treat her the way he do. His love for his daughter is different than a love a husband will have for his wife. Because the husband love is based solely on what value that woman brings to his life. And vice versa. That woman love her husband based on what value he brings to her life. But that man's mama love him regardless. But his wife love him under certain conditions. So your wife and your mama ain't gonna love you the same. Ain't possible. So therefore, your husband and your father ain't gonna love you the same. Your husband expects something in return for what he's doing for you. Your father don't. And it's natural because you're supposed to be your husband's helpmeet. You're not your father's helpmeet. Your father is responsible for taking care of you and you don't owe him nothing. You're not obligated back towards your father. Your father is obligated, since he had you, brought you here, he's obligated for your well-being, for providing and taking care of you. He's obligated. A lot of fathers run out on their duty, deadbeat, we understand that. But a real father knows that he's obligated to that child, his daughter, even if she don't work, she ain't got no job, she don't do nothing for her father, he's still responsible up until a certain point for taking care of all her needs, if he's a real man, a real father. Your husband, on the other hand, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do in that marriage, he ain't responsible for doing nothing for you. As a matter of fact, he's supposed to get rid of you. If you're not performing in the marriage, I ain't talking about just sexually, the duties that a wife is supposed to perform. See, a daughter don't have no duties towards her father. The father has duties towards the daughter, but the daughter don't have duties towards the father. She's just his daughter. But he's the father. He's the one that has responsibilities to the daughter. The daughter don't have no responsibilities to the father. But in a marriage or in a relationship, that woman has responsibilities to that husband or that boyfriend. So stop looking for your father in your romantic relationships, or you're going to stay single, because you're going to think that man's supposed to do for you when you ain't got to do nothing for him. And that's exactly what I saw in your bio. It's all about me. That's the mindset you got. It's all about you. Because that's how your daddy made you feel. And that's why you out here looking for your daddy now. And you saying you probably would never find a man like your daddy, which you shouldn't be looking for one like your daddy. You should know better. Your dad is your dad, your husband is your husband. Two different people, two different types of men, two different dynamics in the relationship. So as long as you got that mindset, meow, get you some cats. And whoo, maybe a dog too. Keep you company. As fine as you is, you're gonna be single as hell. Cause a joker like me and men like me, we ain't caring about that. That fine stuff. Don't mean nothing. I won't even look at you. First thing I saw, it's all about me, time to go. You have no value. Ain't no man out here looking for no daddy's girl. We've dealt with them, most men have, when we know big headache and of no benefit to a man. No benefit at all. Somebody have to come, they have to go through counseling, go through different, sometimes that father can ruin that daughter when it comes to, just like, don't a woman want no mama's boy. Ladies, you know how y'all hate mama's boys? Men hate daddy's girls. I'm happy that you had a great father. But sometimes that great father can go too far and ruin you for your husband. If he don't tell you that your husband and I are two different people, your husband ain't gonna do all these things I'm doing for you for nothing. Or a man, a father's supposed to tell his daughter that when men out here doing stuff for you, they ain't doing it for nothing. I'm doing it because I love you. You're my daughter. I don't expect them in return. I'm doing it so you won't have to need no man out here doing it for you. But when a man do something for you, he wants something in return. Your dad is supposed to taught you that. So you won't come out here thinking it's all about you, that these men supposed to do for you like your daddy did and ain't got to get nothing back. I ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. It's not all about you. It's about us. You may watch it, because I'm going to put it on Facebook. You might not. I ain't saying no names, nothing like that. You might see it. I don't know if you're watching the video or not, because being from my hometown, most of the people from my hometown don't support me. All my support is from people from other places. I don't care where the support come from. I'm just grateful for the support. I got my support has grown. Everybody know that whenever you're trying to do something big, your hometown ain't gonna support you. The people right around the corner from you ain't gonna support you. Down the street, at your job, at your school, they ain't gonna support you. It's gonna be strangers that show you love. So by you being from my hometown, you probably won't see this. I post on Facebook every day. You probably ain't watching that video. I don't care, cause I'm blowing up without y'all. But for the ones from my hometown that support me, thank you. And if you see this video, I hope you learn something from it. It's not all about you. You're not gonna find a man like your daddy, and you shouldn't want to. And I wish your dad would have told you that. You ain't supposed to find a man like your daddy. Your dad is your daddy. And you don't know that your dad is a good man. All you know is he was a good father. You don't know what some other woman might be saying about your dad. Might be saying your dad ain't hitting on shit. You don't know that. He might be good to your mama and probably beat the other folk women before your mama. Probably beat the brakes off them. You don't know. We all, well, I ain't gonna say we all, I don't look at my parents on a whole nother level. But most normal people in normal families, normal relationships, look at their mama like she the greatest woman alive, and their dad if they had one that was a good father, like he was the best father alive, the best man alive. If you come from a normal family, I know my mom and dad weren't the best alive, so that's off the table. Different circumstances. I didn't come from normal. My shit all screwed up. But people that come from normal families with a great father and great mother, they think their mother is the greatest woman of all time, and they think their father is the greatest man of all time, not knowing both of them probably was a piece of shit to other people, just great to you. But we ain't gonna look at our parents like that, the ones who had good parents. A lot of times you don't know what your dad done did in the past or what your mama done did, but to you, they can't do no wrong. So don't judge men by your father, because you don't really know. Your father only showing you the father side. You don't know that he better than the other men out here that you're running across. You don't know that. You don't know that. Your father could be the biggest hole in this side of the Mississippi River, that is. But to you, he's your king. You're his princess. And that mindset, it kept your little pretty self single for who knows how long, and gonna be single for who knows how long, until you fix that mindset. Stop looking for your daddy in your husband or your boyfriend or somebody that's trying to date you. When you look at him, you get to talking to him when he don't sound like your daddy talk and say the thing your daddy say, no, I ain't selling him. Could be a good man, but he just ain't your daddy. That's fine. Hey, life goes on. That man will be all right without you, and you'll be all right without him. But you the one looking for somebody as good as your daddy. And the only place you're going to find that is in your daddy. Get it, got it, good. Bye.